So we now discuss the concept of non-coherent BFSK detector, and contrary to the previous one that was coherent, the non-coherent does not synchronize the carrier at the modulator and the carrier at the demodulator. So we don't require an oscillator at all at the demodulator. So what we do is we have bypass or bandpass filters. One of them centered at f1, another one centered at f2. So the one that is centered at f1, we are having a frequency that is mixed. Some of them are slower, others. I need to put better. We have one that is making only one cycle and other that is making 2 cycles. I'm just using that as an example. Another one is making only 1 cycle. So this is the lower frequency component that you might call F2. The one is the F1. And therefore, when we have the cutoff frequency that is centered at F1, this will be cut off. So at one point, we're going to have this signal. We're going to have this. This one is cut off. This, the other one is the lower one is cut off. And that is at side A. At side B, we are going to have the opposite. So we are going to have this one is cut off, but then we only have one that is having low frequency. And then we have this one is cut off, and the another one is making only 1 cycle. So this one is at B, this one is at E. Then we do this, the envelope detector. The envelope detector does the same job as just detecting the DC component. So it will like still cut off this frequency component and detect this as a high frequency component, or they will detect this one as a positive 5 volts and detect this one as 0 volts. This one will detect it as 5 volts and detect this one as 0 volts. Similarly, it will do the same thing, 0 volts, maybe 5 volts or different value of voltage. So after that, we are going to have 2 values, but then they are sampled at different intervals. So we might need to adjust our envelope detector at B so that it cuts off some voltage, so that we are only probably getting 2 volts instead of 5, and where here you're getting 5. So when we bring these 2 volts, 5 volts and 2 volts at the comparator, when it sees the 2 volts, it gives that as a 0. When it sees a 5 volts, it gives that as a 1. And for that reason, we are able to recover our binary stream that was transmitted before the modulation.